Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time out of your day to spend with me and watch the video. Really appreciate that. And guys, got a fun little video today. We're going to be talking about the bass anglers out there that drive around in loud, jacked up pickups and don't understand that their boat has another speed besides wide open. Guys that just run balls to the wall all the time. I got some commentary you want to provide on this. Based upon something I saw last week here in Springfield where I live. So we'll get into that in today's video. Also guys, just a quick invitation, just like to invite everybody to consider subscribing here at Intuitive Angling if you haven't done so already. Good way to support the channel. It's free and easy. Just got to hit that subscribe button. Never miss a video. And also I'll put my new Blaukat's Corner link in the description here. This is a page that I'm working with Tackle Warehouse. And every month on Blaukat's Corner, I suggest all the best lures for that particular month. And each lure I talk about has a correlating video you can watch on it. So I'll put the Blaukat's Corner link in the description of this video if you guys want to check that out. Really appreciate it. Okay guys, I saw day before yesterday, I was driving through Springfield here, and this dude came past me. He's got, you know the guys I'm talking about. This dude, he had like a 12-inch lift kit on his truck. He had political bumper stickers all over it. Loud, jacked up diesel, one of those aftermarket obnoxious, diesel motors they had on there, pulling his bass boat behind it. And I was behind him, and he was up at a four-way stoplight in front of me. And when the stoplight turned green, he just freaking nailed it. Just like throwing up smoke and just like flying down through the city here. It's got 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. And it made me think a little bit, because I see this as a common thread amongst that there's a genre of bass anglers that are out there like that. And I want to comment on that. And first of all, before I get into this, if I sound a little clogged up, guys, I got a bad cold right now. 3 kids in school. It's germ factory around here. But anyway, I want to first of all, before I get into this commentary, or before people start calling me just the old man yelling at the clouds like they always do. I've been there. I've done that. Here's what happened. Back when I first got my first pickup back in I think 1980, first thing I wanted to do on it, even back then, is I wanted to put some bigger tires on it. That was just the cool thing to do. You look cool if you had a truck with big tires. And I remember my dad told me, Randy, you don't want those big, loud, noisy bastards on your truck. That's just going to suck more gas. Those things are going to wear down. It's going to be hard on your truck out there. You don't need those big tires. You're driving on the highway all the time. Why do you need big tires on there? And then on my boat, I had, about 2 years later, I got a used, it was a junkie, it's a Mean 15 Champion. It had 150 horse Mercury on it. And back then, it was the cool thing to guys did aftermarket work to their motors to make them sound right. And I ran into this one mechanic that said that you can make your motor sound louder by drilling holes in the back of the motor. So I drilled 6 holes on the back part of the motor in the can part there. And when you turn that thing on, it was obnoxiously loud. So I've got, my truck. I didn't get the big tires. I listened to my dad, but I had this super loud motor for no reason other than it just sounded good. And I thought it was cool. There was no practical reason whatsoever for it. But I understand. I was 20 years old. I was young and dumb. I was, my ego controlled my rational thinking, and it got me thinking that still goes on today. And a lot of that, I'm not saying all of them I'm not saying all the guys are like that. If you got a jacked up pickup and you drive responsibly and you pull out slow from stops, don't take offense to this. And I'm targeting these guys that I'm getting ready to talk about. But I realized as I got older, there was no reason for it. It's nothing but ego and trying to draw attention to yourself. I mean, if I was a cop in Springfield, Missouri, I'd be pulling those big trucks over all the time for noise pollution, because it's obnoxious. They nail those freaking motors, with the aftermarket stuff on them, and it's deafening to your ears. It's noise pollution. It's an invasion of other people's space is what it is. So one of the things I've noticed, the common thread here, is there's a trend that you see this out there, and I've seen it in about every state that I go to, where you got these trucks out there. They got these big 6, 8, 12-inch lift kits on it. They got the big custom rims. They got the big noisy knobby tires on it. Again, most of them have some type of a political bumper sticker on it. And the boats that they drive, these are the same guys that are out there that drive like nut jobs at the takeoff. There's two different things here. They drive obnoxiously, through town. It's like, if grandma's driving 1 mile an hour under the speed limit, they'll freaking whip around them as fast as they can and flip her off. Just stupid stuff like that. No patience whatsoever. Just, pump full of testosterone, young and dumb, just stupidity. Aggressive driving, overly aggressive driving. And then the same with the boat. These are the guys out there that when you take off at a takeoff and the water's like a washing machine choppy, they're running balls to the wall like that. Their partners are hanging on for dear life. And also, it's those guys. I remember I was at a tournament a few years ago down at Lake Okeechobee, and the boat I had at the time, it'd run about 60 miles an hour wide open and loaded down. And this particular day, I was running across the open water out the open lake. It was glass smooth, first thing in the morning, and I was going wide open about 60. Guys, this dude flied past me in a Bass Cat. And I'm not saying anything bad about Bass Cat. Bass Cat makes a great boat. But this guy was in the Bass Cat, and he flew past me like I was standing still. It looked like he was going 90 miles an hour, and his partner's eyes were like this big around. You could tell he was just scaring the crap out of his partner. So here's the reason, if you're one of those guys that fit that category, let me give you a little bit of advice here that I learned the hard way from some people smarter than I am. Number one, you don't need it. You have to understand the difference between a want and a need. Nobody needs a truck with a 12-inch lift kit on it, with a big noisy aftermarket diesel muffler on it that sounds like a dang airplane when it takes off. Nobody needs that. It's not like you're out there mudding, four-wheeling. You're driving in town. It probably never gets off the thing. It's going to suck more gas. You're going to go through tires quicker. It's going to be bad, on your alignment. It's dangerous driving like that, whipping in and out of traffic. Those are the same type of people that are more apt to, have road rage incidents. And it's the same with the boat, guys. Back it off, man. You do not need to run balls to the wall every time you put that hammer down. You don't need to be running balls through the wall through rough water. It's going to tear up your equipment. It's going to, scare your partner, make it not any fun for them. It's going to damage your back eventually. When you get to be 50, 60 years old, you're going to have back and neck problems from driving like an idiot all the time during your 20s and 30s. I see it all the time, guys. I see a bunch of my friends that are in their 50s and 60s now that I grew up fishing with them that ran through that rough water like freaking idiots. They look like grandpas now. They're walking around like this because they're all jacked up from driving like that. There's no reason for it. It's not good to have this over pumped up, testosterone through the roof, overly aggressive attitude. It's like, just chill out, man. Just chill out and relax and calm down a little bit. Get you a truck. There's nothing wrong with just having a stock truck. When you're at a stoplight out there and the stoplight turns green, you don't have to nail the thing to the floor. Just pull out nice and slow. That's one of the reasons my truck's got 450,000 miles on it, because I pull out slow from a stop and I drive responsible. I don't drive like some nut job. So my truck's got 450,000 miles on it. So it's going to be safer on your, you're going to have your equipment last longer. It's going to be safer by trying to be over aggressive and go in and out of traffic and get all mad if somebody's driving slower than what you think they should be. It lowers your blood pressure. Same with your boat out there. You're not going to tear stuff up on your boat. You're not going to, endanger yourself or your partners. Just slow down, man. Just chill out. If you're one of those guys out there, and like I said, I understand what it's like to be young and dumb and just full of ego and have everything, it's about the perception of the look. But when you get older, you wise up to that type of stuff. So one of the piece of advice, if you're one of those 20, 30, even 40-year-old dudes out there that are sort of like that, don't take offense to what I'm saying right here, because I didn't take offense when my dad told me that. I was one of those people out there, but I listened to good advice. And so many times we get good advice given to us and we don't take it. And in the long term, we wind up learning the hard way. So if you guys want to take some good advice here, just listen to what I'm saying here. If you don't want to take my advice here and you want to learn the hard way, then you have the freedom to do that as well. But just wanted to pass that info along, and hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk later.